Hello and welcome to your November 2021 TarotScopes with me, Intuitive Rene. It's always such a pleasure and an honor to be here with you and to give you a little bit of insight and guidance into the month ahead. So TarotScopes are something that I do once a month, and I do release it the last Friday of the month is when you can expect your TarotScopes, and the videos remain open to you throughout the entire month and even thereafter. TarotScopes are recorded individually for each sign of the zodiac, and I do set the intention that they be applicable and appropriate for your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. So if you know what those are, you're welcome to watch those videos as well to get additional insight and guidance. So TarotScopes, basically what we look at doing is we look at getting a little bit of information around all sorts of areas of your life, just to sort of give you an indication of the energy of what's happening, what you can expect, so that you know if you're planning anything, or if anything, if there's something that you're looking at doing or looking at implementing, when is the right time to be doing that. So we do have a quick little peek in at your emotional self, your financial self, your health and well-being, as well as what to look out for and what to be careful of, or what to look forward to for the month ahead. I do work with a combination of tarot and oracle. So we do the oracle card to give us the kind of overall energy for the month, and then we use tarot to get specifics for each of the different areas that we're looking into. And as I said, these are recorded to just help you navigate whatever's going on in your life. So if you find yourself during the month worrying about something, concerned around something, nervous about something, come back to your TarotScope. Come back to TarotScope and have a look, because there may be something in it that will just help you on making the best decision, the right decision for you at that time. So I have changed my video schedule. I used to do a daily tarot readings every single day to give you guidance. Unfortunately, I've had to stop that for now, purely because it's silly season, which means that my diary is jam-packed full of appointments, and I just don't have the time to record videos each day. So at the moment, I'm giving you a week ahead reading on a Sunday. So Sunday morning, 8 a.m. South African time, 8 a.m., 9 a.m.-ish South African time, you will have a week ahead detailed reading to give you the idea, the energy for the week ahead. And then every Friday, I give you some other interesting content. It's normally a pick a card, unless it's the last Friday of the month, in which case it's TarotScopes. So friends, I am also busy recording at the moment the 2022 year ahead video readings that have been ordered. And OMG, I was completely overwhelmed with how many of you booked with me, so thank you so much for that. So I am starting to record those on the beginning of November, and that's going to keep me very, very busy. So I'm so looking forward to doing that. And yeah, to my YouTube channel members, a huge big thank you to each one of you. I do so value and appreciate your time, your energy, and the fact that you connect with me every single week. And for those of you on the top 2 tiers, every Wednesday we do live readings where you get to ask questions and I get to give you detailed answers, and it is always such fun. So if you are thinking about joining and wanting to connect with me and get readings on a weekly basis, do consider clicking that join button right down there. All right, friends, we're going to start off with your reading, and I do hope that you enjoy. If you do, please do remember to give the video a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Let's get started. All right, Aries, let's get straight into your reading for November. As you can see, I have shuffled and laid out some cards. I've only done this so that it just saves a little bit of time because there's nothing, nothing worse than watching a person shuffle cards and dish out so many. So I have got 2 different tarot decks here, and I have an oracle deck. As you can see in the thumbnail of the video, you can see which cards I am working with. We're going to start off getting your theme for the month of November, and this is coming from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. So Aries, oopsie, it's upside down. Oh, look at that. Oh, how fabulous. All right, Aries, so your theme for the month of November is love. And you know what? We're not, I just want to put some disclaimers in here. We're not talking only romantic love, but we're talking self-love. We're talking love of others, love of life. We're talking just being in that absolute space of happiness and space of joy and space of love. So when we start looking at the specifics of the month ahead for you, everything's going to have a theme of love. So the month of November is going to be you working with, processing, understanding, developing unconditional love for yourself, for others, and possibly even for a significant other in your life. Okay, let's not eliminate that completely, but Aries, there's definitely the theme of love, and I think that's wonderful because it's one thing we need more of in this world, isn't it? We definitely need more love in this world, and I honestly think this love card is, and well, I'm going to say to you, Aries, that generally speaking, Aries energy, love is important, love is significant, love is something that you do all think about all the time, but it's also the thing you don't give yourself enough. Okay, so I think that's incredibly important that we all focus on love and bring more love into our lives, not just romantic love or relationships, but the love of self, the love of circumstance, the love of life, the love of other people, and all of that. All right, so that's the theme. I am loving that. We're now going to have a look at three different areas of your life. And if you have watched TarotScopes before, you'll be familiar with the system that I use. It's the same system I use each month. We're going to start off looking at your emotions. So what is the energy around your emotional self or emotional well-being during the month of November? And let's have a look and see what we've got. We've got the Two of Cups. I have to chuckle because it ties in with the love card so beautifully. Two of Cups is the card of partnership. It's the card of connection. It's the card of two people joining and two people. And to even just show you, I want to just bring the card a bit. So we have these two gentlemen who are clearly fascinated with each other, intrigued by each other, attracted to each other. We've got another two people at the back there. Then there's the child and her dog. There's another couple over there, and we have two birds. So there's couples and connections happening all over the place. So here's a perfect example. These two, they don't look like they are romantic. They look like they may be mother and daughter, maybe, or friends or something like that. But what it is, and this is exactly what love is, it's not always just romantic. Yes, romance plays a huge part of it, which I think is wonderful, but it's also the loyalty and the unconditional love between a child and their dog, a couple who've been together for the longest time, family, friends, and even the birds as well. So Two of Cups is the card of partnerships, of connections, of interacting and connecting with others. And this has come through in the area of your emotions. So, Aries, considering our theme, considering your emotional state or the energy around your emotions for the month, it certainly looks like happiness, joy, love is definitely the order of the day for you for the month of November. And I also think this is saying to you that everything that you get involved in, anything that you do, any kind of projects or opportunities or whatever, if you tackle it from that point of partnership, of love, of connecting with somebody else, instead of being independent and trying to do everything on your own, if you can connect and join up with other people, I think you'll enjoy and experience a lot more success and a lot more happiness. Alrighty. Let's have a look at your finances. So, around your material possessions and your money, what is the energy for you in the month of November, Aries? And we have got the Three of Wands. So, Three of Wands is okay. Let's just look at the artwork first of all. So, we have got three people, two dogs, and a ball. There's a bird, there's even an aeroplane, who have clearly summited a mountain. You can see that they've got their walking sticks, they've worked hard, they've got their backpacks on, and they have reached. Now, that's not the end. That's not the destination. What they've done is a decision has been made. They've come to a point, they're recognizing their journey, where they're at, and now they're looking to see where next. Okay, what's coming up next? So, around your material possessions and around your finances, Aries, you may find that during the month of November will be a time to reevaluate where you are, what you've achieved, what you've accomplished, and the next goal. You may even achieve a goal this month, okay? So you may achieve a goal, you may be able to tick something off, but that doesn't mean that it's complete. It just means it's a stage, it's a portion, it's a journey that you're going on, and it's recognizing how far you've come and the next goal or the next leg of your journey. So financially, things are going to be okay. You certainly are going to achieve, but it's almost like don't stop there, okay? It's about saying, okay, fantastic. Let's tick off everything that we've done. We've climbed to this point, we've climbed to this point, we've climbed to this point, tick, tick, tick. And now we say, right, we're moving on to the next stage. And I do think from a goal setting point of view, breaking up a big goal into smaller, manageable chunks certainly makes it easier. And when it comes to bringing love into it, what that does is it makes it easier for you to celebrate your victories. And when we celebrate victories, it gives you a little bit more enthusiasm and a little bit more energy to make the next. Whereas if you just have one goal and it's big and it's a little bit scary and you're worried about can you do it, then immediately fear, doubt, and insecurity set in. But if you change it up and break it up into smaller pieces, it certainly makes it easier to also record your progress, to celebrate your progress, and then it makes the achieving goal easier. So financially, that looks like where you're at. So it doesn't mean that there are no challenges, because you can see climbing to the top of this mountain hasn't been easy. So it's not without its challenges, but it's certainly manageable, controllable, doable, let's put it that way. And if you just celebrate every step that you take and acknowledge everything that you're doing, it makes the whole journey a little bit easier for you. And that's fabulous. We all need that. All right. Aries, we're now going to look at your health and well-being. So we've looked at emotions, we've looked at finances. From a health and well-being point of view, what do you need to be aware of? What do you need to be mindful of? What is your situation in the month of November? And we have the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is actually, yeah, quite an interesting one here, but I sort of understand based on everything that we're looking at here, because again, Aries energy, you are strong and independent leader, kind of, the people who start and initiate and create opportunities. You're not really the kind of energy that likes to stick around for the long haul. I'm not saying that that you have commitment issues, but it's almost like we get bored, and you want to just progress forward, and you want to move forward, and you want to explore, and you want to do. And when things become too stale, it doesn't sit well with Aries energy. Okay, so from a health and well-being point of view, we've got the Eight of Cups here. And I'm actually going to bring it a bit closer so I can show you. So there you are. You've turned your back on something that you're doing, washing dishes, okay? And let's be honest, nobody likes washing dishes, especially when there's so many of them, like in this case. We're looking out the window, and out the window there is some steps. There's a pathway which seems to lead to the waters and a full moon. And it's almost like that's attracting you, okay? So it's almost like, well, I don't know if I want to deal with this. I'm so bored of, washing dishes every night. If only. There's even an ironing board here and an iron, which maybe got to do with just generally domestic duties, the kind of things that we have to do every day, all day, which is just so uninspiring and just so uninteresting. So from a health and well-being point of view, maybe you are neglecting yourself, okay? Maybe you're just so tired of the mundane health and, eating well and exercising properly and taking care of yourself. Maybe you're just so frustrated and irritated and over it.com, as they say. And maybe your sort of question is like, I don't want to do it anymore. Can I just leave the dishes, or can I just not iron, or can I just neglect my duties? And honestly, Aries, this is Spirit saying to you, don't. Because health and well-being in the month of November, you are going to be tempted to ignore your duties, to ignore your maintenance, if I can put it that way. And we mustn't do that. All right. So if you find yourself skipping a gym session, or, grabbing a takeaway as opposed to eating something healthy, just remember this and just reevaluate. Just reevaluate your motives. And remember, it's about self-love. Okay, because that's the theme. The theme is self-love, understanding, and acceptance. So Aries, don't be so quick to turn your back on your day-to-day duties. Take care of yourself, take care of your physical, take care of your well-being first and foremost, and don't let it slip. Because you know what? I think this dishes situation is clearly something that's been building for a while. And if we keep on at it, it's easier. It's almost like this goal that we were talking about here. When you break it up into smaller chunks and when you do something more regularly, it does make it easier. It does make it better. It does make it more achievable than if you leave it right to the end and work on, the whole mess. All right. So Aries, be kinder to yourself, be gentle to yourself, and don't skip a day. Love everything that you're doing. Alrighty. So I have two cards left across the bottom here, and this is what you need to embrace during the month and what you need to be careful of or mindful of during the month. And I have used a different tarot deck here purely because I was running out of space on screen because these are quite large cards. So I was running out of space, but I also thought it might just bring an interesting dynamic because we now have the opportunity for those same cards to come up again, which could bring in, like I said, an interesting dynamic to the situation. So Aries, let's have a look. What do you need to embrace during, besides for what we've already covered, what do you need to embrace during the month of, November? Right. Oh, look at that. Let me see if I can bring it closer. So this is the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles, she's all about abundance. She's all about everything that her heart desires. Okay, she takes care of people. She's always looking out for other people's interest. She's the person who nurtures and takes care of everybody and makes sure that their needs are met. And this is something that you need to embrace. So when we look at our emotions, when we look at our finances, and when we look at our well-being, I think this is Spirit saying to you, Aries, that during the month of November you have everything that you need. Everything will be provided for you. Everything will be available to you. But if you're not looking, if you're not being active in that, you're not going to see the love opportunities. You're not going to see the goals, and you're certainly going to feel overwhelmed in the regards to your physical being. So Queen of Pentacles is basically saying to you, recognize your own personal needs. Bring some love energy into it. Be kinder to yourself. Be more compassionate with yourself. Be gentler with yourself, and recognize that your needs will always be met, even if you skip dishes for a night. So Queen of Pentacles is just telling Spirit, saying to you, embrace the abundance in your life. Embrace the fact that you are somebody who is always taking care of others. You are always nurturing and taking care of others, but it is important that you also nurture yourself. But recognize that Spirit will never turn their back on you. Okay, your needs will always be met, and there will always be abundance available to you. And our last card here, Aries, is what do you need to be careful of during the month of November? So let's have a look and see, what do you need to be careful of during the month? Oh, interesting. We have got the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups. So here you sit. These 9 cups here behind you on the table. I mean, you can see that this person is sitting looking a little bit smug, almost, isn't it? A little bit like, almost like, look at me, look at all my achievements. And that's exactly what these cups behind him actually represent. They represent all your achievements. They represent all the successes and all the accomplishments that you have experienced in life. And what the 9 of Cups, under the position here of what to be careful of, this is Spirit saying to you, be careful of ego. Okay, be careful of now. I'm sort of battling with this a little bit because it sort of contradicts everything that we've already said to you. Because here Spirit is saying to you, your needs will always be met. You'll always have access to whatever you need. We're talking about love. We're talking about partnership on an emotional level, connecting with and enjoying those relations with other people. We're talking about meeting goals and accomplishments and achieving financial status that we need to. And here we have this one of, like, just not really taking care of yourself. And here we've got Spirit saying, be careful of your ego, be careful of being too confident in who and what you are. Even though there's so much happiness and success around you, don't let that get to your head, and don't feel like, okay, well, you know what, I don't have to do the work anymore because everything will be provided for me. So I think this is Spirit saying to you that there's a very fine line in that balance, and you want to make sure that you're not sitting on the wrong end of the fence. Okay, so Aries, what to embrace and what to be careful of, or what to be mindful of for the month. Spirit is saying to you, there is happiness and joy, success all around you, but it is a very fine line between trust and integrity and ego. I know that's a difficult one. And, being an Aries myself, I'm listening to this, I'm reading this, because this is obviously a reading for me as much as it is for you, being an Aries myself. And I think, yeah, us Aries, we can get super confident in ourselves, can't we? We can sometimes think that, that we're superhuman. And let's be honest, Aries, of course we are. Of course we are. We're allowed to be. There goes the ego. So it's about just making sure that we keep it in balance and making sure that we're not pushing the boundaries too much. But Aries, in all honesty, looking at all this, it's looking like November's going to be fabulous. As long as you keep reminding yourself of the energy of them, of the intentions that you're setting, and recognize love of self first and foremost, love of opportunity, success, and accomplishments, and love of others. So if you can focus on that for the month, I do think November is going to be amazing. Pretty actually awesome. So Aries, as always, with love and blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, you take care.